If it meant finding Dean, I'd do anything.
Hang on and enjoy the ride.
Cool. Look, I'll take the gag off, okay? You got me all wrong, kiddo. I'm not the bad guy here. I'm gonna rip you apart from the inside out. Do you understand me? Such anger.
Hey guys, so we just got a brand new trailer for season 14, super exciting one. I actually like this one much more than the brief one we got earlier. It's made by Shaving People Punting Things channel, which I believe is run by editors of Supernatural. They're really awesome. They always make those cool, surreal trailers, if you want to call them that. They just, they have a great tone to them, like dark, usually dark tone, and that's what we see here in this case. Okay, the first cool part of the trailer, I feel like it's like an Easter egg we're discovering in this one. First though, we see a voiceover from Sam talking about, you know, he'd do anything to save Dean, which is obviously expected. But then, actually exciting part is we see this figure, the guy sitting by the bed in a white shirt, looks really like Lucifer, Mark Pellegrino from the back. Someone even commented that earlier in the comments, and I agree with that. We actually see it twice in the trailer. This is the first bit we see, and I've been theorizing about Lucifer coming back in season 14 for a while now. I've made several videos about that. I'm sure some of you guys seen some of those videos. But what I think is basically Lucifer didn't actually die because of Nephilim grace, Jack's grace. He sucked from Jack because, you know, Nephilims presumably wouldn't just be killed by an angel blade, especially not the regular Nephilims, because we have seen a Nephilim get killed before. Cass killed one, I believe, in season 8, something like that, or season 9. But Jack is obviously special because he's an Arch Nephilim, if you will, because he's a son of Lucifer and a human. So he can't just be killed by a regular blade, and we've seen this in season 13, early in season 13, I believe, in episode 1, the very first episode, when one of the bed angels stabs Jack with an angel blade, but he just takes it out of his chest and, you know, he's not affected by it. So we know for a fact that he's not killed by regular blades, but how about Archangel blades? I still believe he wouldn't be killed by them because he's supposedly more powerful than all Archangels, like even his own dad. So presumably that wouldn't kill him either. So that's what I think happened with Lucifer. He didn't actually die because he has, you know, his sons, at least some of his sons, grace in this case. That doesn't explain, you know, the death cry with Lucifer at the end of season 13 when Dean stabbed him. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he did die, but he's gonna be resurrected by Jack's grace somehow. That's not entirely clear, obviously we don't know yet, but if that is the case, it's gonna be explained obviously in season 14. And it seems like Lucifer might come back much earlier than I expected. I kind of expected him to come back, didn't expect him to kill him forever, because, you know, he's the ultimate villain of the series after Azazel was killed by Dean. But I didn't expect him to come back so soon as like episode 1. Obviously the trailer combines different things from different episodes, not necessarily episode 1, but I think it might actually be in episode 1 that we find out Lucifer is actually alive. And my theory is Sam, Castiel, or pretty much all of them will agree that they need Lucifer's help to get Michael out of Dean, because Lucifer is like the only one powerful enough to actually be able to fight him and stand up to him. So, I mean, obviously God is not in the picture, he's not going to answer their calls, so if Lucifer is alive and he agrees to, you know, join them again like he did past season, and towards the end of season 13 specifically, when they were doing his resurrection arc throughout the season, he might actually get back to like being, you know, kind of a Crowley role, allied to the boys just to achieve a certain purpose. He obviously hates Michael, he literally like killed him, or at least almost killed him in season 13, so he always wanted to kill him, and in this case he might agree to be an ally to the boys, so for them to get Dean back, obviously. But how would they do that without killing Dean? Because, you know, they're one and the same in this case. You have to exorcise Michael out of Dean first before you fight and kill Michael. Because if you kill Michael and Dean, you also kill Dean. Because, you know, Archangels destroy their vessels by the time they finish using them. So it's not entirely clear how this will go, but that's just a theory, and I expect it to actually come true early on in the season, but we'll wait and see. I wanna comment on the tone of the trailer. Pretty dark, reminds me of early seasons, especially my favorite, season 1, as I always say. I wish the new seasons come back to that tone. Those were the best days, really. But unfortunately, tones of promos are often deceptive, especially by shaving people planting things, because they're so good. They actually make it seem like it's gonna be really dark and awesome, but then you get the season and you don't see that in the actual season like it happened in the past few seasons, since maybe season 9 or 8 all the way till now, till season 13 at least. Trailers like that have been done by them, and you don't really see that translate on the screen when you watch the season. So I'm gonna remain skeptical about the tone of the trailer as far as season 14 goes, until I actually, you know, watch the season and see if it actually applies to it. So I'm excited for it to actually be real this time, not just a promo trailer being awesome and cool, but the season doesn't match up to it. So I'm gonna remain skeptical as far as the tone goes, but equally excited still to start watching the season. 1 week left, so we're almost there, so super cool stuff. Okay, we see a little scene of, you know, Sam talking to Mary, and then Dykel opens the door and comes in. That doesn't seem like an editing gimmick or anything in the trailer. It seems like that's actually happening in that scene. So that's a very cool tidbit we got here, is that, you know, Sam and Mary at least will face off with Dykel early on in the season, because they only filmed like 7 episodes, and I presume this could be from the first episode of the season actually, if not the second. Somewhere early on, and I don't know how this will go. Obviously they can't do anything to Dykel, so he's not gonna kill him, we know that, because that doesn't make any sense as far as killing your heroes. So presumably Dean will have some sway over Michael to not kill them, or, you know, he's just not gonna care about killing them. But either way, it's gonna be an exciting encounter, hopefully early on in the season. We get another shot of the guy in the white shirt, again looking more and more like Lucifer. And I'm assuming there's a reason why they're not showing us the face of the guy. He insists on not showing us his face because, hey, it's Lucifer, that's what I think. And he looks just like him from the back, so must be a big trick if it's not Lucifer. Again, we have to wait and see. We also get a few cool shots of Bobby, like some action scenes, him shooting like some machine gun and stuff, and it's very nostalgic because we all miss Bobby, even though this is not our Bobby, like actual Bobby we know, alternate universe Bobby, but they seem to be making him more and more similar to our Bobby, just kind of like for nostalgia's sake. But I've read interviews by you know, showrunners that they're actually gonna make him very different. Same thing with alternate Charlie, which we also see in the trailer, that they're gonna make her very different from their regular versions, Bobby and Charlie. I'm not sure if I'm buying into that. Obviously we're gonna have to wait and see like everything, but Bobby looking more and more like regular Bobby, which I love. I wish they actually bring the original Bobby back soon. I mean, they really should. They brought Ketch back for Chuck's sake, so why not bring freaking Bobby back? I know they wanted to make his death, you know, was very meaningful and touching, obviously. J2 often talk about this being their favorite death of the series, or favorite moment or scene or whatever. I'm assuming that's why they don't want to bring him original back, at least till now, because they want to keep that moment special and meaningful. I mean, same thing with John, but John is different because Jeffrey D. Morgan is busy with, you know, other stuff, Walking Dead mainly, obviously, so his availability is the main reason they haven't brought John back till now, but they will, especially towards... There's no end, so I'm not gonna talk about the end of the show, because Smash will never end, so I'll always say that. We get a very cool quick shot in the trailer of the Muslim man facing Dykel, which we see in the earlier scene that was released a couple of days ago. We see him praying in front of Dykel, so that's a very interesting shot. I'm not sure if he's like praying to God to save him from him, or did Dykel actually convince him to pray to him, which is maybe a very touchy topic for religious people, Muslims specifically. If they actually make him pray to Michael, I imagine this would be like a crazy outrage in like the Muslim community if this is the case. So yeah, I'm not sure. I believe he might be like praying to God literally to save him from Michael. But yeah, honestly, it could be a twist, like Michael forcing him to pray to him, which is gonna be crazy, I have to say. And it's gonna show you how much like intimidating and powerful he actually is. He's scaring a Muslim guy enough to pray to him, so that's gonna be like terrifying. So looking forward to see that scene. We get a quick shot of Charlie 2 alternate universe Apocalypse World Charlie, which is cool. We have, you know, a big ensemble, big crew working together to save Dean, and probably hunting together and stuff while Dean comes back. I'm not a big fan of like big groups personally. I just want the boys, Sam and Dean. The main focus should be on them like it has been in early seasons. Gradually they seem to be adding more and more characters. I don't know, is it giving J2 some days off or something, but it's not as good as it used to be when the main focus was on the brothers, because the show is Sam and Dean and should remain Sam and Dean. So it's cool to have some side characters having like, you know, minor scenes and guest starring and stuff like that. We also see Jodie a little bit later in the trailer, but hopefully Dean comes back soon and focus, you know, gets back to the boys again, because in recent seasons it has all been like scattered around like a million different characters, like alternate universe characters, different characters from our world. It's just been divided so much between so many people. Again, should just come back to the boys, as I always say. We get some creepy shots of decapitated heads hung up on like spears. You know, we get some shots of possibly angels or demons, eyes being burned out, possibly by Dykel, plus the people Dykel is torturing, presumably in hell. Again, it's all disjointed. We don't know like what scenes are there in, what episodes, could be like from all over the place. So I don't know exactly the context, but looks pretty creepy. Like, again, reminds me of early seasons, reinforces the dark tone of the season. Hopefully, again, it actually translates from the promo to the season. Looking forward to see how this plays out and what's the context of those scenes exactly. I love the scene with the mirror, as always, you know, Dykel talking to Dean in the mirror, kind of like pretty much telling him to shut up and, you know, he's in control and all of that. Which reminds me of the scene with Lucifer in season 5 when he possesses Sam and does the same thing in the mirror, talks to Sam kind of like an inner dialogue, and we see Sam's face in the mirror, kind of like we're actually seeing Sam inside his vessel fighting Lucifer. So I love that parallel and throwback to early golden seasons like season 5, and that's why I added this little scene with Sam at the end, kind of like a parallel to that. I love that the guys did that in the new season. Okay, again, who's this girl Sam at the end saying cool? We'd never seen her before. Obviously, I don't remember her from any other season, so it's a new character. Probably could be like a hunter from the new hunter groups that passed over from Apocalypse World. Could be a hunter from our world. Just like, you know, making guesses and stuff. We don't know anything about her. But hopefully she's not like a romantic interest for Sam, because we know what happens to any girl who actually, you know, goes into a relationship with Sam. Not a good ending, so best of wishes to that girl if she actually has a relationship with Sam in season 14. Good luck to her. Okay, overall, again, loved this trailer so much. One of the best ones we ever got in any season, really. Better than the last one. Great tone, dark tone. I hope it matches actual season, or more like the season actually matches the tone of the trailer, because you have to match that awesomeness, because it's really good. Looking forward to season 14. 1 week, we're getting closer and closer, guys. Super exciting. Let me know what you think of the promo and all awesome Easter eggs we got in the promo down below in the comments. Subscribe for more awesome Supernatural content, and until next time, as always, no chick flick moments.
Awesome. That's awesome.
You're awesome.